Seriously? Well, that doesn't look at all dangerous. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you missed me, you missed me. This is a footbridge over the James River. I accidentally went to that bridge. That's a railroad trestle. And a train had just gone by. Something didn't look right. I had to backtrack about a couple hundred yards. And that's only the second time I've made a wrong turn today. So I just hope this thing takes me where I'm supposed to go. That's the James River footbridge, the longest footbridge on the AT, pedestrian only. I came across here yesterday morning, spent the night at Stanimals 328 in Glasgow, and this morning I'm headed north. That guy's headed south. So there's my direction. Got a 20-mile day plan. Probably won't make it, but gotta have goals. It's 9 a.m. I left the James River Bridge trailhead at about 7:05. Just did about, I want to say 1,700 feet climb to get to a little overlook and take a break. I've still got another 500 feet to go before I get to the top of this mountain. But I stayed at Stanimals last night in Glasgow. Nice place, a lot of fun. There were about a dozen hikers there. It's a house. It does have the laundry room. I'm sorry I didn't get a picture of. I meant to, but I fell down on my job last night. It's in the kitchen, so there you go. And it's included with the $30 bunk price. I'm sorry, yeah, $30 for the bunk. One room had 6 bunk beds, the other one had 4. Somebody slept on the couch, somebody else strung a hammock on the clothesline in the backyard, and there might have been one tent. Breakfast of blueberry pancakes is included. There's plenty of food in the fridge. You pay for what you eat. It's all reasonably priced. They can shuttle you into Dollar General like they did for me. They just dropped me off and I walked back to get resupplied on food. Hot shower is always worth it, and a porcelain toilet is like a godsend. At any rate, it was a good night. I did 11 miles yesterday to get there. I'm aiming for 20 today. The idea is to get to I think it's Brown Mountain Creek Shelter. I want a 20-mile day so I can average 15 over the last 2. I'm working on that 15-mile-a-day average for a while and see how it goes. My legs are feeling good. My blisters aren't acting up. Feeling pretty good today. Something that needs to be said about Virginia. There's a lot of long stretches where there is no water source, or questionable at best. And I'm talking anywhere from 7 to 12 miles. You might go a good part of the day and not see any water source. Or when you do see one, it's either dried up, it's nothing but damp mud where it was once a stream, or it's a mud puddle the size of a dinner table that has mosquito larvae floating on top, and a sign near it that will say, highly suggested to boil your water as well as filter it. Hikers are not going to boil their water. Who wants to drink boiling hot water, and who has time and fuel to spend boiling up 4 liters of water? or 3 liters of water or something like that. I'm typically carrying about 2¼ liters of water when I've got a full complement, so to speak. And I will drink all of that in the course of a day and probably more. So I have to start off, which I did today, at a pretty, I was full, but I was only at 700 feet. I'm now at 2,900, close to 3,000 feet. And I've almost gone through 3/4 of a liter. And I've got 7 miles to go before I see my next water source. So be prepared. You're going to carry more water and you're going to carry more food, because at this point your hiker hunger is kicked in full time. Mine has. My food bag when I started was probably 8 pounds. Now it's closer to 14. I'm eating twice as much food and I'm still losing weight. I'm down 25 pounds from when I started this trek. I know I wanted to lose 20, but any more than that and I start looking pretty gaunt. The beard hides a lot of it and you don't see a whole lot of my body, but I'm getting that thinned out, gaunt look, and you don't really want that very much. I mean, let's face it, they all say when we get to Katahdin, the men look like trolls, the women look like goddesses. I understand why. My legs are strong, but the rest of me looks emaciated. At any rate, be prepared for more food and more water, but by the time you're in Virginia, you've got the trail legs to carry it, so don't fear it, just be prepared for it. I'd heard about this in a couple of the books I read. God bless you, Audie. 800. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. There's my bear bag for the evening. 2 nights ago, I was trying to hang my bear bag. I got my rock bag stuck in a tree, wedged between 2 branches, and I couldn't get it down. I kept yanking on it until it broke. I got all my paracord back, but I didn't get my rock bag back. So tonight I had to tie my bandana, put 2 rocks in the middle of it, and then tie the 4 corners together to create a rock sack. It was a great little hack, worked just fine, and then I was able to throw it and then pull the bandana off once I got it over the branch. But it's really funny, the little things that you don't think about that happen, you got to find a resourceful way to resolve the problem. I got lucky tonight and just thought bandana might work, and it did. Wonder how long it takes him to do the Appalachian Trail. I'm at pre-shelter this morning. I did a 20-mile day and then a 22-mile day to get here. Was planning to do 16 more miles today to get myself to Montbello so I could camp at the brewery, which is a popular site for hikers to camp at. Probably not going to do that. Discovered a tick bite last night before I went to bed, and it is a bullseye, which is the telltale sign of a deer tick possible Lyme disease. Got a little blood on my nose, don't worry about that. That was, I accidentally scratched myself when I felt something crawling across my face last night. Anyway, I'm gonna probably pull up in about 5 miles from here and call a shuttle to go right into Waynesboro and have them take a look find a medical clinic, number 7, and have them take a look at my bullseye and tell me whether or not I need to start the protocols for Lyme disease, which, believe it or not, is doxycycline. Okay, so that means stay out of the sun, and who knows? Who knows? This is just one calamity after another, but it's what I signed up for. So I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll find out what the doctor says, and we'll see what happens next. For the 7th time on this hike, I have found myself at another medical facility. I discovered a bullseye-shaped tick bite on my leg yesterday afternoon. I hiked 5 miles this morning to get to a roadside. I waited 2 hours for a shuttle driver who couldn't make it. And then I hitchhiked and I found my way into Waynesboro, and I will have it checked out. All I want is to know for sure that it is not Lyme disease, and that if it is, I can get the medication necessary to beat it off. That sounded funny. The reality is, one more clinic, baby. This is a trail of laundry rooms and medical clinics. Hey, I'm at Stanimals in Waynesboro. I stayed at Stanimals in Glasgow as well. Stanimals in Glasgow had 1 washer, 1 dryer. Stanimals in Waynesboro, 1 washer, 2 washers, and 2 dryers. That's the way to do it.
That snake is gonna bite me. They're awfully bitey when they're small. I know.
Yeah.
Move you off the
Go
trail.
eat your little mice. Yeah. There he goes. They kept telling me this section was an easy climb. Easy. They keep using that word. I do not think it means what they think it means. Last night I stealth camped. I only did about 13 miles. I was supposed to do at least 15, and I actually did do 15, but here's what happened. And this could very well happen to you. I stopped at a water source to refill my water bottles. I knew I had a couple of miles to go, and a bunch of hikers came by going southbound. And about 90% of the hikers you see out here are going northbound. And every now and then you see a southbounder. It's very rare. Usually they're day hikers or section hikers. At any rate, the southbounders I saw, I chatted with for just a few minutes, and then they kept going. When I finished my water source, it was raining, and I scrambled to put on my rain gear, and then the fog rolled in. I went the wrong way. What that means is I went about 1.25 miles, maybe 1.5 miles backwards, going southbound. When I finally realized it, and the only time you realize it is when you see something that's man-made, like a pavilion or a road sign or a shelter sign or something of that nature, because the trail looks completely different. It does not look the same going north as it does going south. At any rate, I went about 1.5 miles or so in the wrong direction yesterday, and realized it turnaround had to come back. All of the time it was just a torrential downpour and fogged in. I finally got back to where I was and then kept going. About another mile or so, I found a stealth site to go ahead and camp at. It put me a couple hours behind, and certainly I did about maybe 3 miles that I didn't need to do. At any rate, I only did 13 instead of the 15 or more that I was supposed to do. But that's going to happen. And, you know, it's only going to happen when you're careless, and I was just a little bit careless. It was stupid of me. I followed the southbounders as opposed to following the trail in the right direction. But at any rate, no harm, no foul. I got plenty of time. I'll make it. Lesson learned. Pay a little more attention I actually created an arrow as I left my camps. As I got into my campsite last night, I took sticks and created an arrow what direction I should be going, so that when I got up in the morning and got back on the trail, I would know what direction to go. And then all I had to do was hope that nobody came along and moved the arrow, which they didn't. So far so good. It's going to rain all day today, and probably all day tomorrow, but I've got a 17-mile stretch I have to get taken care of today, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings.